Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. I am so glad you're all here today. Today I am going to do some bee themed tier tray decor. I had several of you request that, so I thought I'd give it a try. But before we get to the video, I want to say welcome if you're new here. My name is Brenda and this is my precious Oliver. And if you're returning, you guys are the best. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number one. So for this DIY, I am taking some tumbling tower blocks and I am gluing 3 together. And I believe, if I remember right, I had 6 strips of 3. And I'm just using my Tite Bond glue and hot glue. And of course, that's the Tite Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Purpose Glue. And I am then going to take the strips and I'm going to glue 3 of them together side by side, just like you see. And then I'll take the third strip here and I'm going to glue it to the 2 strips. And yeah, I'm talking faster than my video. Once I have that all glued together, I'm going to take some more of the multi-purpose glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue a strip on top of the first strip there on the strip of 3. And then I'm going to take the next one, and when I was doing this, I'm like, wait a minute, I was about to do it wrong. So I'm putting glue on both the part of the middle strip and the last strip, and then the one strip there I went coming upward and the other one laid flat. So hopefully you can see what I did there. Once I was done gluing everything together, I took my Waverly Antique Wax and I brushed it all on and then wiped the excess off. Then I took these mini wood mason jars that I got from Amazon and I'm going to paint them with that Folk Art Starlight Gold. Excuse me. And I'm just going to paint all around the middle part of each jar. Now I show 5 there, but I actually ended up getting 2 more out, and I ended up painting 7 of them because as I was painting, sorry, I decided on what saying I wanted. So then I took this silver metallic marker from Dollar Tree, and I'm just coloring in around the edge of each of these mason jars so that it kind of looked more like glass around it and like honey in the middle. Then I took these stickers from Dollar Tree and I spelt out on 2 of them O, and then the rest I'm going to use to spell out honey. And I had some little barrels, wood barrels that I bought from Hobby Lobby that I was thinking of doing something like this with, but I didn't really have enough. And then I remembered I had these. I'm like, oh my goodness, these things would be perfect. So then I took another tumbling tower block and went over it with the antique wax and glued it on the top because I decided I wanted the O to be up above the honey. So I'm just using my hot glue there to glue that to that one tumbling tower block. And then I'm just going to put glue on the bottom of each one of those and glue it in place so that they spell out honey right in the middle of that little crease. And it's almost like what do you call, not the Scrabble tiles, but the thing that holds them, right? So then I decided, okay, I grabbed some of these little bees. Now I got these off of Amazon. They are in my Amazon store. Sometimes you can find some at Dollar Tree. I know you can also find them in the spring section at Hobby Lobby. So there's many places you can find little bees. If you have a mold and resin, you can make your own too. So then I took my little glue gun here and I have my gold glitter glue. I love using this to make it look like honey. So I'm just going all along the base there and I'm making some drip marks. And I am going all around the top of my base here with that to make it look like there's honey everywhere. And once I got done with that, there was little strings everywhere. It was driving me nuts. I went over the top of each of those jars with to make it look like honey at the top too. So really it didn't matter if I painted them or colored them in, but I love how this turned out. I think it is so cute and perfect for a tier tray. You'll have to let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that first DIY. I've got so much more for you. But before we get on with the video, I just want to stop in again and thank you all so much for your support. You guys mean the world, and it is just truly a blessing. I am about 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks away from my birthday. And as many of you know, I have my goal of my 20,000 milestone for my birthday. I'm getting really close. I am under 600 away. I am getting really close. So I want to thank all of you guys who've subscribed, who've shared my videos. You guys, that just means the world to me. And I just wanted a quick reminder, if you are watching, now my analytics says 48% of you who watch my videos haven't subscribed. So if you watch my video, please hit that red subscribe button. If you are watching from a TV, I will put on and later on in the video instructions on how to get to that subscribe button on your TV. Phones, tablets, it's pretty easy. You usually see the red subscribe button right under the screen. But please make sure you hit it before you go. I'd really like to hit that milestone in time for my birthday. It would be amazing. It's kind of a stretch right now, but I know we can do it if we keep pushing it, right? And then after I hit my 20,000 milestone, I am going to have a couple of giveaways. So stay tuned for that. I will, once I hit my 20,000, I'll have instructions for the giveaway and all that fun stuff. So again, I just want to thank you guys all. And with all that, let's continue on with the video. Okay, DIY number 2. So for this next DIY, I took one of these small wood hexagons from Dollar Tree, and I painted it with Waverly chalk paint in the color Maze. Then I took this stencil. It's called Busy Busy Bee from Chalk Couture. This came out, I believe, last year. I'm not sure. I didn't look to see if they still have it. But I am going to add it to the front. And if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, they are self-adhesive stencils. Oh my goodness. And so they're very sticky, and when the first time you use them, you want to fuzz them so they're not as sticky, so that they don't pull up the paint. And I did fuzz this like 5 times, and then I put some painter's tape over the top board there because I didn't want to get any ink on it or paste. And then I'm using my black velvet chalk paste to go over this. Now watch what happens. I don't know why this happened. I can only assume, look at all the paint it pulled off. So luckily with the chalk paste, you can wipe it off. So I used a baby wipe to wipe it all off. I cleaned my stencil and I redid it again, thinking, okay, maybe it'll work better this time. And it still pulled off some paint, not as much. And the only thing I can think of, because I haven't had this happen to me before, unless I haven't fuzzed my stencil, is that I had used some Goo Gone on that side of it, and I'm wondering if that somehow caused the paint to not adhere correctly, and that's why it pulled it up. But I was able to touch it up with paint and fix it. And then I took this little mold. I got this from Amazon. It is in my Amazon store. It comes with a bigger mold and some little bee molds, but I'm just taking that glitter glue and I'm going all around the inside of it, and I'm going to make 2 of those. And then I'm just going to glue one to the front there, and then the other one on the other side, so that it looks like little honeycombs. And then I took this baker's twine from Dollar Tree. I'm going to make a 4 loop bow, and I'm just wrapping my fingers 4 times. And then I'm going to cut a long tail, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to push it between my fingers, but I struggled. I was having a hard time. My fingernails were starting to come off, and so I was trying not to let it pop off. So I was trying to be very careful there. And then I come around those strands that are between my fingers and go through that loop that I just made, and then pull really tightly. And then after that, I trimmed off the legs there, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the front of my sign. Excuse me. And there it is. I think it came out so cute, even with all the problems that I had with that stencil. By the way, I am a Chalk Couture designer, so if you're interested, you can find the link in my description box below. Okay, so today I am getting together with my BFF Kathy Jo with Kathy Jo's DIYs. We were talking the other day. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. She said, I'm doing bees. And I said, well, I have people that want me to do bee tier tray. So we're like, let's do it together. So if you don't know who she is, check out her channel. She is hilarious. I love her to death. And she is amazingly talented. You would not be disappointed. So make sure you check out her channel. I will have a link to it in my description box as well. Okay, DIY number 3. I should have said tier tray decor number 3. I don't know. Whatever. So I took some plastic spoons here, and I am using my, what are those? Pruning shears, I believe, to cut the handles off. And yes, I know they're white and I'm painting them white, but I probably didn't need to paint 2 of them white. The other 4 I'm painting, I wanted white for sure because I didn't want to have the shine, but I'm also going to be using kind of a translucent metallic silver paint over them, and I wanted you to be able to see it better. So I just went ahead and painted all of them white. And then I took 2 of them and I painted them with my yellow chalk paint. Plus, I think that extra layer of white chalk paint kind of helps it from chipping as well. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of what I feel. So after I had those painted, I took this extreme glitter silver paint and I am going to go over the rest of them with that. And it's a very translucent color. I love this. I think it's so much fun to use, especially for winter DIYs because it gives that little bit of sparkle and silver look. Anyways, so I took some black chalk paint here, Waverly's ink color, and I'm just going to make some stripes on the yellow spoons. And I think I make 4 stripes all along here. And I'll do that on both of my yellow spoons. And then after I had that, I took some beads. Well, wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm not missing something here. And I don't know I think I'm getting low on that paint, and I get paint on my fingers all the time. I took some half beads that were in my stash. It was already painted black, and I glued it to the top of the yellow bee part. And then I'm gluing the silver ones to the top of this. And then we have a bee. And now I saw this on Pinterest. This is not my original idea. And I just thought that was so much fun. I wish I would have known about this when we had our just our imagination challenge with spoons. Anyways, I took some of this floral wire. I am going to make antennas. Now, I originally was planning on painting these black, and I never did. So my bees have green antennas. But as you can see, I just took my needle nose pliers there to curl the tops, and then I just put some hot glue behind that bee or that half bead, and I'm just going to poke those antennas in the hot glue, and there they are. Aren't those adorable? Aren't they fun? Oh my goodness. Then they'd be great on a tier tray as well. They just look so much fun. And I kind of wish I would have used a bigger bead though to cover the ends of those spoons. Okay, so it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And Gina, I love this farmhouse sign. You know my farmhouse gets my heart, but that is so pretty. Thank you. And then I love these bead pictures and wreath form. Danielle, you did wonderful. And then Michelle, I love them all. Oh, you guys are amazing. So thank you so much for sharing those with me. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there or to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. I feel like I'm a talk show host for like The Price is Right or something. DIY number 4. Okay, I'm going to take this wood block I received from Woodpecker's Craft, and I'm going to paint it with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. After that, I saw this on Pinterest too, so I am taking their idea. I created this decal with my Cricut, and when I did the bee, after I was done here, I realized, oh my goodness, it didn't have part of what goes behind the bee. So I had to do it myself. So I took my marker here and I'm creating bee lines to make a heart, and then I tried to make it look like a cursive where it says longs. So it says belongs, but it didn't look good. So I ended up painting over it and then doing the stitch lines more where I kept the letters more separated. So that way you could see what it said a little bit easier. But I just love how this is all I did to it. And I just love this. I think it is so cute. If you don't have a Cricut, you could definitely do this with stickers. And like a little resin bee or even a sticker of a bee, anything. I just thought this was so adorable when I saw this on Pinterest, and I knew I had to make this. But you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, guys, so I'm going to show you again how to subscribe from your TV. So when you pull up you put in Rustic and Lace DIY, click on one of my videos, and then you can hit the pause button and this comes up. And then you just hit your up arrow, and then you go to the right with your arrow and you'll see where my picture is and it says channel. You'll hit enter, and then there's the subscribe button. You would just hit enter on that. So that's how you can subscribe from your TV. Okay, DIY number 5. So for this DIY, I took this little foam dice that comes in the toy section. It comes with like 4 dice. I painted it with Maze by Waverly, and I did have to do 2 coats pretty much on each side. Then I took these little wood hearts. I got these, I think I got them from Amazon a while ago. They've been in my stash for a while, but I'm traced out those hearts on some of the black buffalo check vinyl from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut them out, and I'm going to lay them on each side of the hearts and then trim off the excess. Now I know I could have actually cut these out with my Cricut, but I wanted you guys to see that if you don't have a Cricut, you can still use the vinyl for different projects like this. It would be hard to do it for, you know, more detailed work, but for covering things up, you can still use it and it works great. So I took a black Sharpie here and I'm just going to color in some lines on the bottom of my dice, and I only did 3 sides. I didn't do the back side because we're going to put the hearts on the back. So I'm just going to make 2 stripes along each side, and I'm just using that Sharpie to color it in. You could use paint, you could use a black regular paint pen. I just used what was in front of me. Then I took my white marker from Dollar Tree and I'm going around my pen to make the eyes, and then I'm just gonna color it in, but it wasn't white enough, so I took my white paint and just colored in each one, and I should have known it's never white enough. So then I took these are wires that come out of the blue curlers from Dollar Tree, and I just curled the top, cut them down to the size I wanted, and then I went over them with my black Sharpie. A lot of it was because I was just tired of painting and I just figured I'd make a bigger mess. So I then took my Sharpie and colored in the middle of the eyes with the black here. And then once that was done, I took my white marker and I just put little dots inside those eyes. But I'm also going to create a mouth and nose and eyebrows and eyelashes, just trying to bring that face to life here. And I think this came out really cute too. Yeah. And I kept pausing, looking at it, thinking, okay, what else can I put on there? And then there's my little white dots. See, those little white dots just bring it to life, I tell you. And then since this was foam, I just poked those little antennas right in, and then I'm just going to use my hot glue and I'm going to glue those hearts to the back, and now the bee has wings, and I think this is adorable. And yes, this is another idea I got off of Pinterest. But then I took some of this red ribbon and I made a bow. This comes from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue it to the head right next to the antennas. And so I guess this is a little female bee because it's got a bow. And that's all there was for that. And look how cute. Isn't that adorable? Look how fun that is. Anyways, you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, DIY number 6. You guys, I've got quite a few for you today. I'm going to take this little breadboard and the little stand there. I got both of them from Woodpecker's Crafts. They sent them to me. I'm going to paint them both with my Waverly chalk paint in the color white. I had checked to make sure that breadboard fit inside that little stand. It fit perfectly, but when I painted it, I really had to push it in. So I took these Scrabble tiles. I got these from Amazon. They are in my Amazon store if you're interested. And if you do buy anything through my Amazon link, I do get a little bit of kickback from Amazon, which is nice. But I glued those on in front of my little breadboard there. And then I took a couple of these bees. These I think they either came from Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree, but they looked pretty much the same. And then I made little stitch lines that came from the word buzz, and I'm going to do a little swirly circle and then bring it right up to the back of the bee. And then after that, I am going to take another bee and put it on the bottom of the stand. And then I also drew some stitch or some fly marks from the buzzword to the bee on the bottom. But I felt like there was too much white. So I painted the sides of the breadboard and the sides of the stand with some yellow. I added a little twine bow, and there it is. Super simple, but yet super cute. I love it. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 7. We're getting close to the end, guys. I'm going to take this little terracotta pot and that little wood round, which I think is 3 inches, and I'm going to paint them with Waverly chalk paint in the maze, and then I painted the rim of that pot with my ink color. After that, once it was all dry, I took my Fix-All glue and hot glue, and I'm going to glue that wood round to the top. You guys, I don't think Dollar Tree is carrying their pots at anymore. I haven't been able to find them. I see them advertised online, and when I click on it, it says not available. So I got these from Hobby Lobby. I actually found them the other day. They were marked down. They were on clearance. So I hope they're not getting rid of theirs either. Ugh. Anyways, I took my hot glue gun there with the glitter glue and made honey marks again. I took this honey dabber thing and painted the top of it with my yellow maze, and then I went all around the top of it with my glitter glue again to make it look like there's honey all over it. And as you can see, I made some more honeycombs. With that mold, I think I should have spread it out a little bit more because it looked a little more clumpy this time, and didn't look like I really wanted it, but it still works. So I took some more of that glitter glue and I used it to glue my honeycomb to the top of my pot. And then I decided I'm just going to go over this whole thing with my glitter glue to make it look like there's honey all over it. And I'm going to glue that honey dauber thing in place as well. And it also makes it look like it's sitting in a bunch of honey. And anyways, I'm just going to go over the whole top. I'm going to use it as well to glue the other honeycomb piece. I'm going to have that standing up towards the back of it. And I love this, you guys. I think this is adorable. So once I had it all filled, I added some bees all around the honey, on the honey dauber, I think, on the back of the honeycomb that's standing up. And then I decided to write the word honey. I didn't want to take the time to use my Cricut, and I didn't want to use stickers. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to write honey. So I hand wrote honey on it with a marker, and then finished off by adding some more bees, and there it is. Oh my goodness, I love this. It is just so adorable. I don't know if this one's my favorite or if the first one with the oh honey. I love both of those. Those I think are my favorites out of this whole DIY. Okay, DIY number 8. This is not a tier tray. This is something I wanted to do. I saw this saying on Pinterest and I wanted to do it on my last bee video but didn't get a chance to. So I thought I would include it on this one. So I painted that wood round from Hobby Lobby with Waverly chalk paint in the color Maze. I found this on Cricut Design Space and I printed it out or cut it out on my transfer vinyl, and I'm just going over the bees with my it's black acrylic paint and this sponge topper. Now it had some areas where it really bled, and I don't know if it's because I'm using acrylic paint and it's a little more liquidy, or if it's that sponge dauber, but I did have to go around and fix some of that. Then as you can see, I also painted the wings white, and then once I removed all of that transfer vinyl, it showed the yellow of the bees. Then I took this saying, this is the saying I saw on Pinterest and I wanted to use, and it says, "Be sweet, wipe your feet." I thought, what a fun door sign this would be. So I found a font that I liked. I don't remember what it was. If you want to know, you can ask me and I can look it up and I'll let you know in the comment box. But I'm just going to go over that with that same acrylic paint, and again it bled. So again, I don't know if it's the acrylic paint or the dauber or both, and I did try to like wipe off the excess on that little plate, but I still had a few areas that bled through, so I had to fix that. And then I found these honeycomb designs on Cricut Design Space as well. I printed them out too, and then I'm going over them with that Starlight Gold by Folk Art. Now these did not bleed, and I used a brush. So, and it's acrylic paint, so I don't know, it might be the daubers that did it instead of the brush. Anyways, once I have those all done, I'm going to remove the vinyl, and then I dried it. I removed the big pieces of vinyl and then dried it, and then after it was all dry, I took my little pick tool from Cricut, and I picked off all the little honeycomb pieces just like that. And you guys, I don't know what it is about doing this. It's just so relaxing and soothing to me. I enjoy it. It's so fun. Anyways, so once I had that done, I took some of this beautiful bee ribbon. I got this last year from Amazon. It might be in my Amazon store. I'm not positive. I'll have to look. And I'm just going to make a bow doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, and then using my jute twine to hold it in place. And then I'm going to do the same kind of ribbon with the black. This came from Hobby Lobby. I think I found this last year. It was on clearance. And I'm going to, do the bow the same way and attach those two with that twine. And then I'm going to dovetail the ends. And then I took my big mouth crocodile and I'm going to make some holes so that I can hang this. And then I'm just going to use some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree, and I'm just threading it through, and then I will tie knots on the back. And once I find the length that I want, and then I have a hanger, and I love how this door hanger came out. I think it is so cute and so fun, and I am sure I'm going to have this out on my door as soon as the 4th of July is over. Oh, I did glue my bow on as well. And I'm going to put a bee on that bow too. So there it is. There, that's the final touch. There you go. I hope you really like this too. I love how this came out. I think it is just super adorable. I loved all of these. I had so much fun. I hope you're not bored of bees. I know a lot of you said more bees and more tier tray bee stuff, so I wanted to do a few more. So make sure you check out Kathy Jo's channel and her video. I can't wait to see what she made. I'm sure it's going to be great as well. I will be back again on Thursday with another video. So until then, you guys, I hope you have a blessed week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.